Hey there, welcome to my channel. Life on Earth has been a wild ride, full of twists, turns, and some pretty big extinction-level events. But before there were cities, countries, and smartphones, there was just raw, untamed wilderness. So let's take a journey back in time and explore what life was really like millions of years ago. But first, hit that like button if you're ready to learn about the incredible adventures that unfolded on our planet long before our time. And stick around until the end, because we've got a special surprise for you. So let's start with the era of the dinosaurs. We're talking Jurassic Park territory here. Over 200 million years ago, the Earth was ruled by some truly epic creatures. Imagine a world where giant reptiles swam in the seas, soared through the skies, and roamed the land. That was everyday life for these magnificent beasts. The oceans were patrolled by fearsome creatures like the ichthyosaur, which looked like a dolphin, but was actually a reptile. Meanwhile, the skies were filled with the mighty pterodactyl, a flying reptile with a wingspan that could make a small car look tiny. And then there were the dinosaurs themselves, a diverse bunch that ranged from the enormous Brachiosaurus, which could tower over 20 meters tall, to the speedy velociraptor, made famous by the movie franchise. Life during the dinosaur era was a thrilling adventure. Dinosaurs roamed vast, swampy forests in search of plants to eat, while smaller, agile predators kept them on their toes. There were also plenty of creepy crawlies like giant dragonflies and terrifying millipedes. Just imagine being chased through the jungle by a swarm of those bad boys. Yikes. But it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows in this prehistoric paradise. Life was still tough for many creatures. Food and water were scarce in parts of the world, so animals had to migrate long distances to find what they needed to survive. Plus, there were plenty of natural disasters like volcanic eruptions and earthquakes that could wipe out entire populations. Still, the dinosaurs managed to thrive for over 150 million years, which is a testament to their ability to adapt and persevere. But their reign came to an abrupt end when a massive asteroid slammed into the Earth. This catastrophic event triggered a series of reactions that led to the extinction of not only the dinosaurs but also many other species. The impact unleashed a wave of destruction that wiped out life as far as 180 kilometers from the crash site. A thick dust cloud rose into the atmosphere, blocking sunlight and plunging the planet into darkness. With no photosynthesis, plants perished and the food chain collapsed, leading to the deaths of herbivores and subsequently their predator neighbors. The asteroid also triggered massive earthquakes and tsunamis that devastated coastal regions. The impact winter caused global temperatures to plummet, causing even more extinctions. However, there were a few survivors, and among them were the ancestors of today's birds. But that's a story for another time. Fast forward to the Ice Age, and we find ourselves in a world covered in ice and snow. Picture woolly mammoths, saber-toothed tigers, and, of course, humans struggling to survive in freezing temperatures. These prehistoric humans were not the same as us modern humans. They were bigger and stronger with thicker skulls and bigger brains. They used their intelligence and creativity to develop new technologies, including the spear, which helped them hunt large animals for food. They also learned to build shelters to protect themselves from the harsh weather. But life during the Ice Age was still tough, especially when massive glaciers advanced and retreated, altering the landscape and forcing animals to migrate or adapt. Humans had to work together, sharing resources and caring for one another to survive. They created cave paintings to record their experiences and perhaps to communicate with others. They hunted in groups to take down large prey and used every part of the animal they killed, including its skin for clothing and its bones for tools. Life during the Ice Age was a constant struggle for survival, but it also fostered a sense of community and innovation. Humans developed new ways of hunting and gathering food, as well as new tools and weapons to help them survive the harsh environment. And despite the challenges, they found ways to express themselves through art and storytelling. Now let's talk about the giants that roamed the Earth. Back in the day, the Earth was home to some seriously massive creatures that would make today's animals look tiny. We're talking about beasts like the woolly mammoth, a relative of the modern-day elephant with thick fur and tusks that could grow up to 4 meters long. Then there was the Irish elk, a deer-like creature with antlers that spread up to 12 meters wide. These giants were not just big, they were also adapted to survive in their environments. For example, the woolly mammoth had layers of fat and fur to keep it warm in cold climates, while the Irish elk's massive antlers could be used to intimidate rivals and attract mates. But these giants didn't live forever. Many went extinct during the Ice Age due to factors like climate change and overhunting by humans. But their remains have provided us with valuable insights into prehistoric life and continue to fascinate us today. Speaking of humans, our own species, Homo sapiens, also emerged during the Stone Age. Picture a world without technology, where people relied on tools made of stone, bone, and wood. These early humans were nomadic, traveling from place to place in search of food and shelter. They lived in small groups and relied on their knowledge of the natural world to survive. Life for early humans was challenging, to say the least. They had to contend with harsh weather conditions, limited food supplies, and dangerous wild animals. But they persevered, adapting to new environments and developing new technologies. Early humans learned to use fire for cooking food, keeping warm and protecting themselves from predators. They also developed new tools for hunting, gathering, and crafting, which made their lives easier. They created cave paintings and other forms of art that depicted their daily lives and the animals they hunted. They also developed language and other forms of communication that allowed them to share knowledge and work together. Life for early humans was tough, but they were resilient. They had to be quick thinkers and problem solvers to survive in a constantly changing world. But their ingenuity and adaptability allowed them to thrive and eventually spread to all corners of the globe. Finally, let's discuss how scientists piece together this prehistoric puzzle. You might be wondering how we know so much about life millions of years ago. Well, it's thanks to the work of paleontologists who study fossils to learn about extinct animals. They carefully excavate fossils from the earth and use them to reconstruct ancient ecosystems. By examining fossils, scientists can learn about the size, shape, and behavior of prehistoric creatures. They can also determine the age of the fossils and the environmental conditions that existed at the time. But it's not easy being a paleontologist. Fossils are often incomplete, and scientists have to use their imagination and knowledge of anatomy to fill in the gaps. Plus, new discoveries are constantly changing our understanding of prehistoric life. But that's part of what makes being a paleontologist such an exciting profession. Every day brings the potential for a new discovery that could shed light on the history of life on Earth. The story of life millions of years ago is a wild ride from giant dinosaurs to woolly mammoths and everything in between. It's a story of survival, adaptation, and the constant struggle to stay alive in a changing world. But it's also a story of beauty, creativity, and the amazing things that humans have accomplished over the years. Whether you're fascinated by dinosaurs, cave paintings, or the discovery of new species, there's something for everyone in the story of prehistoric life. So keep exploring, keep asking questions, and who knows what amazing discoveries you might make. Thanks for joining us on this journey through time. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more fun and educational content.